And hello, everybody, for the last race of the season. Finally, we have a winner and we have a better driver. Uh, so there you go. Just starting, really cool. With me, Lucky Wolfin. How are you doing, Lucky?
Hey, I'm really good. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Yeah,
Excellent,
yeah,
excellent. Full of
yeah.
chocolate, I believe.
Who was what?
You're full of chocolate.
I am full of chocolate, indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's a holiday today in Italy, and I just told you before. I went with my wife to a city not far from here. They had like a kind of a chocolate fair slash festival or whatever. So I basically drove my wife there, and I left her for a couple of hours, and I picked her back while she bought chocolate from all over. Yeah, really good, really
That's
good.
no
Yeah.
bad thing, I don't think.
Yeah. So, yeah, last race of the season. And we will also talk a little bit about, Simos, which is
Yes.
still absent. Yeah, but
Still in
we'll do it.
darkest Africa. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I got news. But
All right.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll talk to it a little bit later. Just to have, uh, some views. No, I'm kidding. No, we're talking about it a bit later. But yeah, first of all, the race. Yeah, I mean, so first of all, have you seen the race?
Well, I saw what was called the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I'm not sure about you could describe it as a race, but it certainly happened.
Well, I
Cars
mean,
went cars went round the track. Um, it was a bit processional up at the front. The guys that mattered, the guys that we wanted to see uh, fighting for the championship, they went round in this 1-2-3 formation pretty much for the whole race,
yeah.
and it ended up being a sort of damp firework.
Well, I mean, there was something going on, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. The race was quite predictable, also because the chances of Verstappen and especially Piastri winning championship were I mean, it was way harder for them, especially for I mean, both Verstappen and Piastri, they had to win, which Verstappen did, but they also had to hope, something happened, behind them where they had no control. So that didn't happen. Norris won the championship at the end of a pretty predictable race. As far as the front positions went, I mean, the start, was nothing special besides, Russell having a little bit of a hiccup and being passed by Leclerc and Alonso. But other than that, it went pretty much okay. There was something interesting going on the back. I mean, there was a nice duel between Ocon and Hulkenberg, which, went for a little bit. Lawson did his best, to make a mess. I think Stroll did good, right? Am I wrong about that? Well, I mean, it wasn't the point.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Yeah,
What did you
I
say?
know, right? I know. I mean, we have to talk a little bit about Stroll. It's going to be his last race, so I mean, we'll miss him. No, but yeah, yeah, it's not going to be
I'm not
there.
sure. I'm not sure I want to participate in this stream
Well, I
much
mean, you
longer.
will. You will. I've got surprised about Stroll, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we're losing Stroll and Tsunoda, and we get back Bottas and Perez.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's all
that's
changing.
fantastic. Anyway, the championship is over. Norris won the world championship as expected.
Yeah.
Verstappen got second, Piastri third, and I think there was I think it was Russell, stuff blah 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 blah. Anyway, there were all the other people. Uh, yeah, I mean, as somebody said, Norris won the championship while the best driver won the race, and I think I'm kind of in that kind of idea. I don't know if you agree.
Well, I'm not sure I'd agree with that. I mean, we could have said the same thing in the middle of the year. You know, the Piastri's in the lead of the championship, but the best drivers in third place. I mean, it's. I think it's a bit below the belt to say that. To be quite honest with you, I mean, Norris has won races this year. So is Piastri. So is Verstappen. And the only other race winner was, of course, George Russell. So, I mean, between the three of them, they were the guys at the front. So, I think they all deserve.
Well, okay, let's put it this way. The McLaren won 15 races out of 24. And Verstappen won 7. So I mean, it is.
What? You see what you said there? Okay, you said McLaren won 15 races.
Yes.
And Verstappen won 7. Okay.
Yes.
You didn't say McLaren won 15 races and Red Bull won 7 races. You said McLaren and Verstappen. So that's really 2 guys against 1 guy.
I know that's why I said, you know, that Norris won the championship, but I think that the best driver won the race because, you know, I mean, it's under everybody's eyes that, you know, that this year McLaren was a really fantastic car. You know, was a really, really, really good car, and the proof is in the pudding. You know, I mean, both the 2 races, you know, fought to the championship till the last race. They won the manufacturers with what, 4 or 5 races before the end. So I mean, the material that they had was way superior than the material that Verstappen had. You know, and keep in mind that both Norris, Piastri, and Verstappen, they both had their hiccups during the season, right? But regardless, they got to the point where they were. While I mean, Verstappen, you know, he lost points in Barcelona, he lost points, you know, in other races, and still he was able to, you know, to cling, you know, to almost catch them, and almost win the championship. So, yeah, and I mean, Babel said it better than I did. You know, imagine that there was no Verstappen, what a dull season it would have been, and he's right. I mean,
well, yeah, I think that's probably the case. It would have been a McLaren whitewash. However, I'll back up your sort of proposition that the best driver won the race. Mm-hmm. Max Verstappen only managed to get the 5th fastest time in that race in that car of his. Leclerc was fastest, Piastri, Norris, and Hulkenberg, believe it or not, it was fourth fastest. So you could be right in what you're saying, but it's. I mean, so I don't really want to go and bash Lando Norris's first time.
No. I'm not bashing Lando Norris. I mean, he won the championship fair and square. I mean, I'm not bashing that. I'm just saying that. I mean, my opinion right now, there is, you know, as far as drivers go, okay, just forget about the cars. As far as drivers go, I think that Verstappen right now is ahead of everybody else in terms of performances, you know, delivery, whatever. And I think there is only one other driver which can actually fight with him, you know, on equal terms, which is Leclerc. This is what I'm getting out of the season. All the other drivers are good. I mean, I was actually really surprised about the midfield. You know, the midfield was way more balanced than I thought it would be. I mean, Haas did really good. The Sauber slash Binotto, whatever the fuck, you know, the green ones. I mean, they were astonishing. The Alpine were shit, you know, but you know, even the the Toro Rosso. I mean, there were nice cars. So the midfield was way more fought than I thought. The Astons, all that stuff. And then I had, in terms of cars, you had the McLaren, and then you have Verstappen, and then you got the other cars. It is. I mean, the way he drove, I think that this year was really, really impressive. Really impressive.
Okay, fair enough. How are you thinking about driver of the day for that last race? Do you think? Do you think maybe Leclerc deserves it for his fourth place in dragging that once again dog of Ferrari, not only to fourth place but also to the fastest lap when he was running light?
I think that Leclerc in this race, but I would say in all the season, I think that Leclerc was the driver which worked the most for the money that he got, because boy, he had to work a lot. I mean, compared to the other one, to get the results that he managed to get, which were totally unsatisfactory. I mean, to him, to the tifosi, to everybody. The way he had to work, with that dog of a car was astonishing. I mean, he pulled things out of the hat in some instances where I said, okay, how the fuck did he did that? I mean, it was really, really unbelievable. So, yeah, I mean, I would give him to Leclerc. I mean, even if I think that the way that Verstappen drove was superior, but I would give it to Leclerc, both for the race and the overall championship.
That seems fair, especially given that he's my new favorite driver. Leclerc has this ability, and we've seen it a lot, to just get his head down and go, and put those laps in and be consistent. Yeah. And as I've said before, it's consistency that gets you to the front. So all he needs now is a car that'll match his consistency, and he'll be good to go. Next year, Charles Leclerc, world champion. We better
Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on a second. I'm touching my balls here while you say that, because okay, yeah.
Right. Okay, we'll edit that part out.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
We better, as we're on the subject of Ferrari, talk about, of course, Hamilton.
Yeah.
Once again, he was out in quali 1, started 16th in the race.
Yeah.
What's gone wrong for poor Hamilton?
Well, I think that he got to a point where
frustration, maybe.
Yeah, big frustration, and you lose interest, and it's just a bad season with a bad car. He had a rough start, getting acquainted with the car, the way it drives, the engine, the method, and all that shit, and then when he was kinda sorta getting to feel with the car, all the other just jumped ahead, and seems to be a Ferrari not only did not move, it actually went backwards a little bit. So the frustration must have been really, really hard, and it's a tough job. I mean, you drive fast, it's a dangerous sport and all that stuff, and when you lose confidence and you get frustrated, it's really hard to deliver, in a job like that. Yeah. So, yeah.
In a post-race interview, he basically declared that he is just going to forget about Formula One for the time being, and just concentrate on Christmas coming up and being with his family. That's his immediate plans. Leclerc, however, he was a bit fiery after the race, and he basically said in an interview that things need to improve for next year.
Yeah,
Ferrari needs to get their act together. They all need to get their act together, and get a car on the front of the grid. Of course, with the new regulations, who knows what's going to happen? But again, that's frustration, I think, in Leclerc's answer.
Yeah.
He's also frustrated with what's been going on. I mean, there was a few faux pas, shall we say, with like the double disqualification earlier in the year that Ferrari made. The unforced errors that perhaps have contributed to both the drivers' frustration.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I mean, the situation was not the one they expected, especially because, as we said, I mean, the platform they started from last year was actually very promising at the end of the year. So they were maybe expecting, I mean, everybody was expecting, okay, so we started from here, we go forward. It seems to be that they went backwards from where they start. So, and when you realize that, you just say, I mean, fuck it. I mean, we just throw away another year. And I mean, for a driver, especially Leclerc, I mean, his seventh year in Ferrari and stuff like that. I mean, he wants to fight for the championship, and also because and rightly so, because I mean, the guy is fast. Nobody's even thinking the opposite, But after 7 years and you've never been able to actually be a serious contender up to the end of the season for the championship, I mean, it gets really frustrating,
Yeah.
So I think both Leclerc and Hamilton are really this season was really hard for them for different reasons. One for Hamilton was one reason, for Leclerc it was again, So yeah, it was really hard. So yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Red Bull. Verstappen said at the end of the race, "We showed them who's boss again." I don't know if you heard that on radio.
No, I didn't.
But that's what he said at the end of the race. We showed them who's boss again by winning the race. His teammate, he had his last. Yuki Tsunoda had his last Grand Prix for Red Bull. Anyway, this weekend he's going to be replaced next year with. Well, pronounce his name correctly, seeing as how it's the last show, Isaac Hadjar. He's going to be the teammate to Verstappen. Tsunoda, for the moment, with no drive. However, let's talk about that ridiculous move that he pulled on Norris during the race, for which he got the penalty. I mean, what was he thinking?
Sorry, what are you talking about?
Yeah, Tsunoda, when he pulled across the track when Norris was trying to get past him. I mean, that was it was so unnecessary.
Well, I think it was quite desperate. I mean, I think that it was his last race. I mean, he's still going to be paid by Red Bull as a third driver and stuff like that. And I think he just he wanted to deliver something, try to help at least in his last race, Max Verstappen. If he managed to do so, maybe he would have been remembered as the one which helped, him win his 8th championship and stuff like that. But I mean, it was way over his head, and he had no chance to get Norris behind him. And he just shit the bed, basically. So yeah.
Eventually he finished 14th. It was a disaster of a weekend for the rest of the Red Bull guys. Hadjar, I think, was 16th and Lawson 17th. The latter two were a lap down, in fact. So I mean, it was just a bit of a mess, apart from, of course, Verstappen at the front. But we'll see how Hadjar gets on next year. I did hear a recent interview with Hadjar, and he said that he thinks it's remarkable how Verstappen still has the hunger, even after 4 championships. He still has that same hunger for championships, and he really admires that in Verstappen. So we'll see how that hunger translates across when he's actually his teammate, and he's at the receiving end of some of that hunger. But that's for next year. One brilliant piece of news concerning Red Bull. I don't know if you heard this, but the flags are out. Helmut Marko is leaving Red Bull. He's leaving Formula One, as far as we can tell. So
that's good.
All I can say is thank fuck. that business with Antonelli and the death threats that he received after the stupid comments that Helmut Marko made, I think perhaps might have drawn the curtain down in his career.
Yeah, and I mean, and by the way, it was Verstappen, which basically, well, I wouldn't say throw a tantrum, but he was really pissed off, and he was banging his fist on the table for Red Bull to issue an apology to to Antonelli after the old debacle. So yeah, kudos to the guy.
Okay, so Bubba is saying Hamilton has not performed very well the last few years, beaten by Russell and now humiliated by Leclerc. It's time to give your place to a new guy. Well, what do you think about that, Fab?
I think so. It's difficult. It's very difficult. I mean, I don't think that Hamilton has forgotten how to drive. So there is that. The main thing is that I don't think that what Ferrari needs or needed or was a new driver. I mean, even when they had problems with the car, the drivers were never the problem. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, they had Vettel, Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton. I mean, and they all delivered. I mean, the drivers were never the problem. The problem has always been the car so far. And so while I was glad that Lewis came in Ferrari, because of course, I mean, how can you not be? Just for the experience that he brings and all that stuff. I think that they addressed the wrong aspect of what is wrong with that. I would have rather been way happier if Newey came instead of Hamilton, if I'm really honest. Because again, I don't think that the drivers has ever been the problem in Ferrari. So
yeah, the Ferrari seems to be in a bad car from the very start of those regulations.
Yeah. I mean, they had their ups. There was that year with Vettel. He kind of fought with the championship with Lewis on Mercedes. They had their the sparks, but was never consistent. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's really.
I think there might still be life in the old dog yet, Bob. I don't think we can write them off just quite this early. I mean, look at Alonso. He's what, a good 5-6 years older than Hamilton. Yeah, and he's still getting top 10 finishes in a crap car.
Yeah, so, yeah. Talk about comebacks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about comebacks, we are 24 minutes in, so I didn't want to do it at the beginning because fuck it. I just want that the people to watch that the one which they keep on watching because of that. Let's talk a little bit about Simons. So. Okay. I mean, we said we were not sure if he was in a South American prison or building a hospital in Africa. I mean, we've been joking about it for about 3 weeks. So the thing is that Simons has gone under kind of a complex medical procedure, but he is fine. I have from him personally and from members of his family that he's doing really good. Again, the procedure was quite complex. I'm not getting into details because it's none of my business. But is doing really good. And the last rumors, but it's just up for grabs. Don't quote me on that. He might be back again around Christmas Eve, or end of the year. He should be a little bit more active or stuff like that. But he's doing well. He's in touch with me, and of course, some other people. So yeah, he's doing good, and he sends his regards to everybody. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, after this procedure, he's doing extremely well, and also has a lovely pair of breasts, I hear.
No, he's gonna have a 6-inch cock. That's what he's gonna have. Yes, yes, yes. It's all about the cock. So that yes. So yeah, there is
Anyway.
this. And a ginormous pair of balls. Actually, he was way more keen of having two gigantic set of balls than a cock. So maybe the cock might not be that big because it's gonna have a ginormous set of balls. God knows
Which, of
why.
course,
But
will be ideal testing for Manscaped.
yeah. It's gonna be. No, you're right. I mean, it's gonna be the new poster boy for Manscaped.
Indeed.
Where they're gonna launch the new lawnmower tool, and it's gonna need the lawnmower to manscape his gigantic set of balls. There you go. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So Simon
Okay,
sees
well,
what?
as we're on the subject of stories, I spoke to a good friend of the show, Mike Cragg, last week.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He actually gave me a call to tell me that I'd made a mistake about his Allegro. You maybe remember that he came into my work 2 or 3 weeks ago to buy new seat covers for his Austin Allegro. And I incorrectly said that it was an Austin Allegro GT. But it's not. It's an Austin Allegro TC. TC, which of course stands for twin carburetor.
Oh, okay.
So,
I thought it was a TBC, like tuberculosis, but yeah, okay.
Well, it was worse than a dose of tuberculosis, to be honest with you. But yeah, the twin carburetor option of the Austin Allegro produced another 5 horsepower over the standard engine. So it was racy, or is racy. Okay. Anyway, after he corrected me on which model of Austin Allegro he has, I asked him who he thought was going to win the world championship this weekend. And he said, well, it's definitely not going to be Lance Stroll because he's a twat.
Okay. So talking about Stroll, he's not going to be with us next year. But I just want him to be remembered. I just want to remember the guy with a short reel that I prepared. Hold on a second. Let me see. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on a second. Let's see. Yeah, let's try this. This
is Lance Stroll at his best, I take it.
Can you stay out on this condition? Can you stay out?
Yes! Fox, man. I don't know if I've damaged or not.
Soft tyres or into soft?
I mean, I think it was the best way to remember the guy. I mean, I couldn't find a better reel, to remember the guy. Can you stay out? Yes. Crash into the barriers, gets back, speeds another car. I mean, what did you say? That was the most experienced Canadian driver in F1 ever for you guys.
Indeed, and yes. You'll go down in history as the best starting Canadian of all time.
And he won't be with us next year. But next year, we're going to have, again, Perez with his big bag of money, and fucking Bottas.
Fucking Bottas.
So yeah.
Well, that's something to look forward to, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so let's talk about McLaren. The two McLaren boys.
Yeah.
Do you think that after this year they might rethink papaya rules
Oh no, fucking
going
way,
forward,
no.
or you think they're going to stick with this nonsense?
Oh, they're totally gonna stick with them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're totally gonna stick with them. I mean, there's no. I mean, if they keep it really depends what material they're gonna have. I mean, if the car is gonna be that superior, I mean, they can do whatever they want. So yeah, why not sticking with that? I mean, Piastri at the end, or I don't know if it was his utterly conviction or because he was convicted to do that, but he turned out to be a team player, so he's gonna have some credits to redeem with the team. So yeah, I think they do. But you know, you were talking about McLaren. I was actually, believe it or not, there was one person in the McLaren team that I was really, well, I won't say worried, but and that is the reason I am most happy that that McLaren won. And even if I really kind of wanted Verstappen to win, just for shit and giggles. Yeah, I mean, because it would have been fantastic. And it's Andrea Stella, because if you remember in 2010, Stella was in Ferrari and he was the race engineer of Alonso. And he just went into the same kind of thing, last race, Alonso ahead, and then he lost the championship. So I was really feeling, for the guy. Say, I mean, let's not repeat that, for fuck's sake, because this guy is gonna kill himself this time, So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their relationship is interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
Definitely interesting. So I think Norris, obviously with a championship under his belt now, is going to be having a bit more clout in the way things run, perhaps, which might disadvantage Oscar Piastri. But we'll just have to see. We'll see if they continue this papaya business or not. Who else we need to talk about? Ocon and Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
Ocon and Hamilton had a bit of a race.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the onboard from Hamilton, but that car just wasn't behaving very well. I mean, he was being beaten by the customer-engined Haas.
Yeah. I mean, the Haas has actually performed really well in the last part of the season. So, I mean, Berman has done, some fantastic races. And yeah, I mean, Ocon actually pulled up a very good race. It's his last race too. I mean, he's another guy which we won't see next year. Yeah, I mean, he managed to pull a good race, which was about bloody time, if you ask me. Yeah, but they had a good fight, and that's what we said at the beginning. At the top, the race was kind of predictable, but we had some interesting duels, in the in the midfield. Hamilton Ocon was one, Hülkenberg, I think, and who did he fought with? I think Hülkenberg with Ocon too. Ocon was all over the place, actually. I mean, if there was a fight, it was in there. Yeah, but I mean, there was some good fights. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was some interesting overtakes. Lando Norris on Stroll and was it Ocon? He did them both in one shot.
Yeah.
which you don't see very often.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, it only took one lap to see it again when Leclerc did exactly the same to both of them. So, yeah.
Yeah. After seeing,
Antonelli was disappointing in this race, I think.
I think he was heading for a track limits penalty. I think there's a few of them got track limits penalty warnings, but I don't think there was many actually got penalties at the end of the day. Sonoda may have been the only penalty for his snaking about on the straights, desperate.
Yeah, I think that both the Mercedes, at some kind of, I mean, Russell was supposed to be the decider, whatever, and he just really made a kind of shitty race. Antonelli was no, I mean, wasn't in the action anytime, but while I mean, Antonelli might have some excuses. I mean, Russell was really, Jesus, man. I mean, from the start, literally from the start, was really bad, and the old race was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to think of who else we need to talk about, but there was nobody else. The only person, Carlos Sainz, I think deserves a mention for this year.
Mm-hmm.
After, of course, he was knifed in the back by Ferrari, who let him go, who let him go in favor of Hamilton. I think he showed that Williams do have potential, as long as they haven't got a Logan Sargent behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Who just dragged that whole team down. So I think an honourable mention this year goes to Carlos Sainz.
Yeah. And Williams, you're right. I think they spend their money wisely, from the fact that being last, at the bottom of the last championship, they had more time, to develop and stuff. And I think they did a good job. The same thing happened to us. I think they managed to spend the credits, their bonuses on wind tunnel and development really well. So but Williams did a really serious comeback. It was in some tracks, it was a really unexpected car, and and they made podiums too. So good for them.
Yeah, I think ninth place in the championship doesn't really reflect just how much effort Sainz put in. And he actually finished a little bit behind his teammate in the championship, which is a shame as well, because I think he's done more for Williams than Albon ever has.
He had a rough start. I mean, both Williams and especially Sainz, the beginning of the season wasn't going really well for them. So that's what they paid. But they came up kind of strong. So, yeah.
All right. Rookie of the year. I'm going to give you the choice of Antonelli or Hajar.
Antonelli. I mean, there's no fucking... I mean... There is no discussion here. I mean, that guy is it's bloody brilliant. I'm not saying that Jar didn't do well. I'm just saying that, first of all, I think, Antonelli did better. And also, Antonelli was under way more pressure than Ajar was. I mean, he was driving a Mercedes. And so that only puts you under a lot of pressure, like a lot. And I think he delivered, magnificently. Especially, I liked how he bounced back, from the when they went to Monza, which made a bit of a kerfuffle and all that stuff. And he managed to, to bounce back, from a really bad performance because of his fault and all that stuff. He managed to bounce back, and I thought, okay, I mean, this is really good human material. I mean, this is really, really good. Somebody you can invest in, really.
Yeah, he's an exciting driver. There's no doubt about it. And going by the driver's stand, the points at the end of the year, he had 150 points, which was nearly 100 points ahead of the next rookie, which was Hajar. So, and seventh in the championship in your first year, I don't think that's too bad an outcome, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And especially when the guys in front of him were Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell, Piastri, Verstappen, Norris. All the guys who you would think would be on the podium.
Right.
I suppose we better give a mention to the Milky Bar kid, who is, of course, George Russell, the only non-Red Bull McLaren winner of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, it should really stop whining. It's getting really boring really fast. Come on, Jesus Christ!
He's a bit too nice. I think that's the issue, and you don't understand perhaps the Milky Bar kid reference, but here in the UK we had a candy bar which was white chocolate, and it was absolutely disgusting. It was fucking sweet. I mean, it was just like taking mouthfuls of sugar.
Okay.
And they had this advert where they had the Milky Bar kid, who was like the nerdiest kid you could find dressed up in a cowboy outfit. Okay. And he was the Milky Bar kid. And that's it. Just he was so nice. The whole idea about the bar and the kid was that they were nice in this advert. And that's what George Russell is. He's just fucking nice. And he needs to stop being nice and go and spend the weekend with Nigel Mansell.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what he needs to do.
Yeah, Nigel, yeah. But maybe Jean Alesi would be better.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was a proper, pitbull. But No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure he's that nice. To be fair with you, I don't know. There's something with Russell. Doesn't.
I've seen some video of him while he was out with his girlfriend, just doing normal kind of everyday stuff, and he's nice. He's really nice. He's just got his parents have obviously brought him up to be nice, and he is nice. I mean, it's please, thank you, yes, no. He really is a nice guy, and I don't think it's helping him. He needs, like you say, or like we said, Nigel Mansell, Jean Alesi, maybe Jacques Villeneuve. Some of these guys to put him right.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he has the killer instinct that or the hunger, the thing that Hajar talked about, the hunger that Verstappen has. And without that, it's very hard to get to the top.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I agree. I mean, the guy is fast. There is no discussion that he's fast, but we go back to World Championship material. That we're talking about Norris, and I still think that he. I mean, I should be saying that. I mean, the guy won the World Championship. Bubba, said it before, and he's right. He won the World Championship, but I mean, it's if you look at the competitors that he had this year, it's kinda hard. It's really tough for me to sit down and say, yeah, that guy is the fastest of them all. There is something, you know what I mean? I mean, it's the same thing when Verstappen was driving, that spaceship of a Red Bull. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? And Russell again is fast, but is he? I don't know.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the. I mean, he's. I'm trying to think of somebody you could compare him to. but there's not really another driver because he's just so fucking nice. I just cannot think of another nice driver. I mean, Damon Hill wasn't even as nice as this guy, and Damon Hill was Christ. He was Graham Hill's son, and he was going to be a gentleman, whether he wanted to be or not. And even Damon Hill isn't as nice as George Russell.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I think that the problem with Russell is that it's the whining which really bothers me, right? And so if you win and whine, it's okay, right? But if you do not deliver and you whine, I mean, you just whine. You know what I mean? So it's just that. I mean, shut the fuck up. You know, drive. Yeah, okay, you got things to complain. I get you, but there are ways to complain. You know, I mean, some of the drivers, they complain about, you know, some other drivers doing something which doesn't work. They have a way to deliver the message, which is not, you know. But I mean, if you take Leclerc, okay, I mean, this is a guy which would have all the reasons in the world to whine about the car every fucking time he races. I don't see his team radio as whining. I mean, he was pissed, he was, you know, distraught, he was frustrated, but I mean, he never whined. You see what I'm trying to say? I understand I'm maybe not really clear, but
that's why I keep saying that Leclerc gets his head down and he just goes. There's no complaints, there's no whining or anything like that. He's Mr. Consistency.
Yeah.
Without any of the nonsense.
Yeah. And Russell just doesn't, I mean, shut the fuck up. Come on. Down the car. Yeah. And you know, sometimes, you know, his team radio really, really funny because he complained about, I think it was Tsunoda was braking. He said, oh, he's moving, or no, maybe it was Leclerc. I can't remember who the fuck it was, but he complained about somebody moving under braking, and his team radio. I mean, this is what he wanted to convey, right? That the guy in front of him was moving under braking, which is not allowed. But he ended up saying, "I was if this is not moving under braking, I don't know what it is. I was braking and the guy moved." And you think about it, say, I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fact that you're braking and the other guy moves is not moving under, I mean, is not moving under braking. You know what I mean? You know, if the other guy is braking and moves, that is moving under braking. Not the fact that, I mean, yeah, I was braking and the other guy moved. Yeah. Okay. So what?
He does seem to become a sort of obsessed with the car that he's racing and what it's doing, rather than worrying about what he should be doing. That does seem to be a trait of his, for sure. So what else do we have to talk about? I think we've covered all the sort of main characters of the year.
Sorry, before you go there, I mean, Savage says, listen, there is a reason why Charles is always the one who gets knocked up in the F1 Omegaverse fan fiction. I have no fucking idea what it means. What the fuck is the F1 Omegaverse fan fiction?
I don't know either.
I have no fucking idea, Savage. I mean, please explain, because, you know, this is really puzzling to me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, anyway, we will see what she writes.
Yeah, let's find out what that's about. In the meantime, here's something quickly. I think the quote of the year came from Ferrari this year on Leclerc's radio. Can you guess what it is?
No. What was that?
It was on a rainy race.
Uh-huh.
And Leclerc said, "The seat is full of water." And his engineer said, "That must be the water."
Yeah.
That's definitely the quote of the year. Has to be.
Yeah. I mean, there was another one the last race from Tsunoda, which really cracked me up. And they told him that Norris was coming, and Tsunoda, quite inadvertently, I think, he just said, "Yeah, leave me alone." And when I heard "leave me alone," I said, "Okay, this is Kimi Raikkonen shit." But I mean, if Kimi Raikkonen says "leave me alone," I know what I'm doing. You have to leave him alone, and he knows what the fuck he's doing. Tsunoda said "leave me alone," and like one nanosecond after that, Norris just blazed through him. Said, "Yeah, okay." Okay, hold on a second. Savage it's a subcategory of smart fiction that based on the drivers from F1, except half of them can impregnate the other half. Long story, don't look it up, LOL. Yes, I will not. I will definitely not look it up. Fuck me, sideways. I will not do that. Yeah. Okay.
Smutty fiction. Whoa.
Yeah, don't look it up. What I'm getting out of it is the part of that I don't have to look it up. Yes.
Is
now,
it? I think it's when you say it's smutty fiction, it's just written words. There's no pictures or anything like that, is there?
Yeah, listen, regardless, I'm not. Yeah. I mean, just the fact that this kind of shit exists is kind of, yeah. But yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, so
apart from Formula One having a new champion, well done, Lando Norris, for becoming 2025 Formula One world champion. That's another Brit who's world champion.
And who's that?
Lando Norris.
Oh, okay, yeah.
How many is that Britain have got now? Lots.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's not quite so many as if you separate two countries up, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is your material. I mean, it should be you telling me how many there are. So
I don't know.
Yeah,
you
should.
I don't even know why I'm talking about this. What I was actually about to say was, let's celebrate the two worst characters in Formula One racing at the moment, who are Helmut Marko and Lance Stroll, will not be back.
Yes.
For 2026.
Yeah.
So let us rejoice.
Yeah.
In that.
Yeah.
All written fiction. Oh God, I'm not even gonna bother with that. You actually have to read it. I mean, that's a bit much.
Yeah. So I think it's time to say goodbye to everybody. The first race of 2026, I think it's in about March, but there are going to be tests before. One is going to happen, I think, today, but they're going to mostly test the new tires compound in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
and I think the first test is going to be January. I think I'm not really sure about that. I should have looked it up, but I don't know. But we will do another show. I think either before or shortly after the tests, and eventually Simons is going to be here. Cause fuck me, I mean, and when he's here, he's gonna talk like 55 minutes out of 1 hour. Cause man, I ain't gonna shut the fuck up. Cause bloody hell, I mean, yeah, it's got a lot to catch up. So yeah.
When's the Milli Milli show happening?
Oh, it's in spring.
All right.
Oh, the show, you say?
Yeah.
Well, this year
could you not for Simons coming back?
Well, so here's the thing. This year, they drove by where I live, but it was really late in the evening, so I have no pictures of this year because would have been too difficult because it was middle of the leg, and you never know what time they start. They go by. It was a fucking mess. So yeah, I got no pictures. So yeah,
Things like
I
that
don't know.
always get held up as well.
Yeah,
Always get held up
yeah.
for one reason.
Yeah, and the next one is going to be in spring, but I have no idea whether they're going to ride through or what time or whatever. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll see
We've
what
got the
happens.
new cars next year, the half electric, half internal combustion engine cars.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no more DRS. DRS is gone.
yeah. The rest is bye bye. Yeah,
Yeah, but unfortunately, they've replaced it with something else, which is the Go Fast button. You can
Yeah.
store up some extra voltage in your batteries if you're
Yes.
careful, and use
Yeah.
that to overtake
Yeah.
other cars, which sounds like DRS to me, but in a different way.
Well, I mean, the advantage is that you can use it at the driver's discretion. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I suppose there would be some skill in managing to charge your battery up as
yeah,
well.
yeah, I think so. And also, I mean, it's going to be a totally new platform, new chassis, new engines, new
Smaller
stuff.
car.
So, yeah, I mean, bigger cars would have been a tad difficult. You know what I mean? I mean, they're already fucking trucks, and it's uncanny to me, you know, how the fuck they're able to drive in circuits like Monte Carlo, stuff like that with those, you know, trucks. So yeah, bigger would have been difficult. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's gonna have less ground effect, which, by the way, I mean, we were talking about Hamilton before, and you know, one common denominator of, you know, I wouldn't say the decline, you know, but the fact that Lewis has lost, you know, it seems to be that it's not as competitive as it was, is, if you think about it, is, you know, since those ground effect cars have gone in place, it seems to be that that kind of car doesn't really suit his driving style. So that might be something too.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So that would impact both his last year in Mercedes and, you know, this year in Ferrari. But, you know, I'm sure it's not. I mean, that is not the reason why this year, but I think it just adds to that thing that he never really found himself really comfortable with that kind of cars, which
I'm thinking he'll bounce back if the car's good next
Yeah,
year. I think
yeah.
Hamilton will be good along with it.
yeah.
But who knows? We never know until the Grand Prix starts.
Yeah, and because of all those reasons, I mean, new engines, new things, you know, there's a lot of talk about the engines, and it seems to be that the only one which is actually working is the Mercedes one. The Red Bull is, who the fuck knows? Honda, who the fuck knows? Ferrari, I mean, you hear everything and his brother, you know, the engine is amazing, tomorrow the engine is shit, so fuck me if I know. So yeah, but the plan.
Are Cadillac going to be using Ferrari engines for the first year? Is that right?
So it's going to be the Cadillac is going to be using those engines, and I think Haas still is going to use them, even if they had an agreement with Toyota. But I mean, Toyota's not making engines, so they're gonna be a little bit more involved, even if I don't know exactly what more involved is going to be, because I mean, the car is still going to be a Dallara and the engine is going to be the same. So, I mean, I don't know what they're going to be involved into, but, you know, we'll see. Yeah. But, I mean, again, new platform for everybody. I think the first months are going to be super interesting. Also because next year a lot of contracts are expiring, including, you know, big names like Leclerc, Verstappen, you know, all these people, all the contracts are going to be expiring. So yeah, I guess it's going to be super interesting.
And we'll find out if Hajar is going to be the next ex-teammate of Max Verstappen.
Yes, yes, there is that. There is that. Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
who will replace him? Maybe we'll get
Yes.
Perez back at Red Bull.
Okay. Lucky, thank you very much for this year. And
Thanks for having me.
yeah, we'll talk back, I hope, really soon as Simos gets back and he's able
Yeah.
to be reached and be interactive. We'll throw up another show, something, and yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
up
you
for that.
everybody,
Yeah,
to everybody which has watched us during the year. All those ramblings of a sport that maybe a lot of you don't really care. I hope some of you care, and that's why they tune in. That's what we do. That's what we like. And see you soon. Goodbye.
Take care, everyone. See ya.